Ever since I can remember, I've been a foodie and I've loved baking. The meaning of bread goes back to the beginning of time. And there's something in the soul that just craves that nourishment of bread. I grew up in Utah. I naturally wanted to be the best member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints as possible. So I want to be the best Mormon. I want to be a good girl. And I was. So my husband and I had frequent conversations about his addiction, and there were frequent confessions about his addiction, which was sexual in nature, and something that he had a really hard time with. And so, although the addiction was common, his use of it was uncommon. These were some of the ways that he dealt with it were very uncommon, and it was getting to the point of complete devastation. What I didn't know, but God knew, was that there had been an incident that would lead to my husband's arrest. And my face hit the ground, and I just remember that I couldn't push my head far enough into the carpet. Just couldn't escape. He was found guilty, and the judge gave him 40 years. So I filed for divorce. I asked my husband to leave the home. There was a day that I was so desperate because everything that I'd trusted in had failed me. I'd trusted in my marriage, I'd trusted in my church, I'd trusted in my friends, my family, and people. I'd trusted in myself and trying to be a good person and keep the commandments and do everything just right, and it wasn't working. So it was on a day I was canning peaches. I was listening to Narnia. My children were watching the Narnia movie, but sometimes when you listen to a movie, you get more out of it than watching it. So there was a song that came on at the end of Narnia after the closing song called Wonderkind. Listening to that song, I felt God speaking to me and saying, I have a purpose for you. It has nothing to do with all those things that you were trusting in. It has everything to do with me. That night I looked up at the stars and seeing all of his creations and knowing none of those had anything to do with any man that I knew, any person. It made me think, God, I just want to sign up for that. That's worth living for. And I also felt God saying, I'll take your life and I'll make it beautiful. We've got things to do and you can be really excited. And in my heart was like, how much do I give? And he said, all of it. Just give me all of it. And I thought, okay. So I didn't know at the time as a Mormon, I didn't know at the time that that was being saved. I just knew that he could do something better with my life than I could do myself. And I felt like a maverick. I felt like a Mormon maverick, kind of running around and considering outside ideas. I started reading things in the Bible that were not things that I was frequently taught in the Mormon faith. So although they would talk about them, they didn't focus on them. It wasn't a forte. Like the idea of giving up yourself, like nailing yourself to the cross and giving up your life to accept Jesus Christ. I wasn't looking to get out. I was looking for God and Jesus. This is my God. This is my Lord. This is the God that helped me start my bakery, helped me get through my marriage and the problems there, the divorce. It was like God was lifting me above the wreckage and the pain of everything that was happening and that was going on. And even my children were well. They came to me saying, Mom, I feel encouraged. I feel excited. Is that crazy? And I thought, yeah, that's kind of crazy, but that's God.